I am on Patreon, and Patreon is a platform where I will upload interesting videos where you can learn astrology. Connect with me on Patreon, and we will grow. And I will give you much more deep insights on Vedic astrology, and lot more secrets will be shared there. Aries Ascendant. For Aries Ascendant, if you observe, Jupiter rules your 9th house and 12th house. That is the beauty of Jupiter. It rules your Dharma and Moksha Bhava. For Aries, Jupiter is not only the Karaka of higher education, but the prosperity that it gives allows you to help others, allows you to become a better person. It gives you that motivation. Financially, you are being very secured, and with your 9th lord positioning itself in the Artha trine, 2nd, 6th and 10 are called Artha trine. In the Artha, you can say vertex, it expands your wealth and it allows destiny to come in your favor. So it's a brilliant time for you. So if you are facing any crisis in finances, Jupiter in this particular house can resolve that. It can bring attention to the hidden matters, and you will be able to resolve that very quickly. New career opportunities are possible. You will be able to save more. So this tendency to spend less and save more will be very high. Then Jupiter will bless you by cleaning first your debts, because Jupiter's 5th aspect will fall on the 6th house. Jupiter will teach you how to manage your debt, how to manage people under you. And if you're into business, this will make you an efficient leader, an efficient speaker. This can ask you to take more, you can say, insurance policies. This can ask you to save money or park your excess cash in certain instruments of investment which are safer. And this is also going to improve your wealth by first depleting the savings to cut down the debt, and then increasing the income so that it is replenished and goes beyond. I won't say it will be easy, but I will say definitely if you give enough hard work, you will break that barrier, you will break the jinx with respect to career. There is a chance that if you are having problems related to childbirth, Jupiter will resolve it, although you may have to compromise with your career a bit on that. Your voice will carry more weight, will carry more sense. You will smile a lot. It will give you a broader smile, and you will see that you will be radiating positive energy. Your words will radiate wisdom. So it's a very good Jupiter for someone who is into event management, who is into marriage related events and function, who speaks a lot, who is a motivational speaker. And you are an Aries Ascendant native. And when it comes in the 2nd house, your isolation comes to an end. On the negative side, flip side, you may feel little unhealthy initially, and you may feel isolated and you feel nobody understands you. Give enough time to this Jupiter and it will help you correct your diet, because this is Devaguru Brihaspati, not Siddharthi Guru Shukracharya. Brihaspati has the potential to give you correct diet, but if you eat junk food, alcohol, meat, then Jupiter will not help you. So dieting is a big aspect of your health. Food will become medicine when Jupiter goes in the 2nd house. It's a good opportunity to heal yourself. It's a very, very healing transit. So somebody who is lacking money for fund and lacking funds for education will secure that fund. Maybe you will have to take a loan, but maybe you're not getting that loan. Now you will see that new venues will come in your life that will give you that fund. If you want to do higher education, if you want to study abroad, if you want to go for some professional education, and people involved in teaching sector, education sector, people who are healers, who are dentists, who are doctors, who are practitioner dietitians, who are physiotherapists, who are somebody who works in Ayurveda will see great boost in their career. For the elderly or for someone who does not have a career, maybe you are a Devi who is doing the you are doing the homemaking. For you, Jupiter in the second house is like making house a livable space. Do little bit of plantation around the house. Remove sad and dull colors. And I really don't understand the concept of making everything grey and then adding one accent. It really don't make sense. Why will you make everything black and white and put one chair of one color? That means you are lacking color. What is this thing with the world that they don't want to use the colors? If you're watching this from anywhere in the world, do some Vastu correction. The northeast corner of your house is where the Jupiter comes from. Jupiterian energy comes from. Clean that part of the house. Try to put some water element there. Maybe a water fountain will work brilliantly. Or you can contact a Vastu expert who can arrange the energies in such a way that more of Jupiterian energy is there. If your north or northeast is blocked, then you need to do some certain remedies for that and do a lot of Naam Jap. Guru is sitting in your Vishuddhi chakra. So heal this chakra by speaking positive and radiating all the good things. That way, spiritually, you will be evolved and you will see great success in your life. Also, by praying to Bhagwan Hanuman and Bhagwan Shri Ram, you will be able to achieve a lot of positive vibration and energy. Light a ghee diya, pure ghee diya every morning and evening, and use light colored clothes and show that you are trying to follow a certain ritual, a certain set of practice which will please Jupiter a lot. Taurus Ascendant. For Taurus, you are the one that is the lucky one because Jupiter is entering your Ascendant, and if you are a Taurus moon sign, Jupiter is going over your exalted moon. So definitely this is going to be a beautiful transit, a transit that you were looking for from past 12 years. So when it enters on your Ascendant, it starts expanding your thought process. This will give you new creative ideas to make your life more secured, more peaceful, and you will see that you will not only get proper guidance, but you will also have a very different perspective towards life. But this also means that Jupiterian energy will bring changes that you have not anticipated. You may have to follow a certain path which you have not planned before. So a lot of unplanned activity will happen when Jupiter goes in the first house. So if you feel helpless, don't. A lot of new opportunities will come your way. New career avenues will be created by you. Maybe you have not thought of this before, but now you will get this information that you can also earn money from, say, doing other activity like B, C or D, and not by just sticking to what you're doing right now. Because now Jupiter wants you to focus on your own body. Yoga, holistic healing, Ayurveda are some of the ways by which you can easily manage your life. You will correct your lifestyle. You will get information about food, but you have to listen not only to your body but the feedback given by the other people. So Jupiter coming on Ascendant is like one of the best Mahayog even in the transit. And if you are running a Jupiter Mahadasha or Jupiter Antardasha, or if you are running a 5th Lord Mahadasha or 5th Lord's Antardasha, this Jupiter transit will give you a lot of learning in life. On the health perspective, if you follow mantra jap, dharma, that means you are focusing on the visiting temple. But whenever you are doing all this activity, remember your earth trine is getting impacted. Taurus, Virgo and Capricorn are earth elements. Therefore, you will have to do a lot of hard work. Jupiter will teach you the importance of hard work at this point of time. You can refer my Taurus analysis of Saturn in Purva Bhadrapada. The link will be in the pinned comment section below. This can definitely give you a chance to find your life partner or even get into marriage. Definitely the yoga of marriage is opening towards the end of the year, because right now when Jupiter enters, Venus goes combust and the Tara goes Asta. which means the probability is low, but allow the Jupiter to cross Rohini Nakshatra and you will see that you will do wonderful in marriage. Even if you are in a bad marriage, this Jupiter can resolve these marital issues. All you have to see whether you have become a better person or you have changed for bad, because Jupiter does not want you to change for bad, because to save marriage, to save relationship, you may have to undergo a lot of transformation. Your food habits can change, your expectations from life can change, and to a certain extent I will say that if it is good, change. And for a lot of people, this change is something that you have never experienced or seen before. So a lot of people can't even anticipate what will happen. My suggestion to you will be, go with the flow, take one day at a time. Jupiter will force you to follow the path of dharma. Taking pilgrimages, visiting temples every day, going to Mahalakshmi temple will be a brilliant remedy for almost all of the people. Rest obviously depends on your own birth chart and how your birth chart is placed. But if you are a Taurus ascendant or moon sign, if you take pilgrimage, and the pilgrimage where you are not looking for so much of comfort, but you are focusing on the dharma aspect of it, you're praying. Gemini. For Gemini ascendant, Jupiter will be moving in your 12th house. And a 12th house Jupiter has a lot to say. It is going to expand your subconscious mind. It is a great time to rewire your brain for something positive. It will start giving you the negative outcomes. It will start giving you this emotion where people don't support you. It will start restricting your gains, and it will be as a strict mentor or a guide, basically a strict guru. Because Jupiter do not want you to face losses. Jupiter do not want you to face any negative situation. So through its own attribute of auspiciousness, it will expand your expense and it will create certain problems just to draw your attention. For you it might be a problem, but for Guru this might be a teaching. Jupiter was in your 11th house and it was expanding the Labha Sthan. Now it is going to expand the Vyaya or the donation house. Better start learning and upgrading yourself. So the moment you feel this inferiority complex that maybe others know better than you, it is the time that you start working on your skills, maybe some certifications. You may not see the result now, but you will simply see the result when Jupiter comes on your ascendant. So it's a 1 year of sadhana with respect to career for Gemini ascendant and Gemini moon sign people. People who are associated with the field of psychology, teaching, someone who is into holistic healing will see great boost in their career. People connected with pharmaceutical industry, hospitals, asylums will also see great boost in their career. People having export and import business will see great boost in their career. Maybe your knowledge sharing will happen throughout the world. But for Gemini ascendant, this may be a marriage happening when you are not in the right position to address the situation. Say for example, you are in US and suddenly your parents find a match for you in India, but you are not in a position to come to India, or vice versa. Why always negative? Jupiter in 12th house is not negative. Jupiter in 12th house also just wants you to work on your subconscious mind, which means if you are looking for marriage, don't watch or feed your brain with data of bad marriage, because you are creating a kind of mindset, you are wiring your brain that something will go wrong. Now there is one area where Gemini should be a little careful, that is health. Why? Because the entire focus of Jupiter will be to manage your and your mother's health. How? See, when Jupiter is in 12th house, I tell that this Jupiter is really good. Can you tell me why? Because being in the 12th house, it aspects your 6th house, it aspects your 8th house. But because we are dealing with a positive planet, a benefic planet, it wants you to connect food as medicine. Because when food is termed as medicine, because Jupiter is in Taurus, Taurus is ruled by Venus, inimical, but Taurus is basically the second house of Kalpurush, connecting with Vani, words and speech and food. So these are the two things you will have to correct. It will control all Trik Bhava, and this is a golden opportunity for any ascendant. If Jupiter falls in the 12th house, it has the power to correct all the 6th, 8th and 12th house. It happens once in 12 years. And the way you have to handle it is by surrendering, by being polite, by focusing on health, by focusing on your mental health, and focusing on your mother's health too, and the surrounding area on which you live. Do not complain, rather make the best use of it by focusing on the positive side of life. Do affirmations, Aham Brahmasmi, focus on the root chakra, meditation, and you will see greater results coming your way. Cancer Ascendant. Now for Cancer Ascendant or Kark Lagna, and even for Cancer Moon sign, Jupiter is going in your 11th house. Now this Jupiter is definitely going to be extremely positive. First of all, 11th house is a kind of a house where you will see growth, prosperity. This is called Labhasthan, house of gains, bhava of gains. So Jupiter presence there is really, really promising, because Jupiter is your 9th lord. All that efforts that you have put in, everything that you have learned, everything that you have realized, everything that you want to do, everything that you have created while Jupiter was in the 10th house will start showing the result, and the action will now show reaction when Jupiter will be in Taurus in the 11th house. If you are struggling somewhere, this will end that struggle, at least has the potential. But yes, you will have to make necessary sacrifice, you will have to make necessary changes in your life, and if you want to do it all by yourself, that's not going to happen. 11th house is the house of network circle. So if you want to, say, get a job, start a business, it shows move in a partnership. For career, I will say it is a very good time, and especially for business, you will see that your issues will be resolved, your conflicts will be resolved during this time. If you have problem with your subordinates, juniors, teammates, or your employees, if you are in a business, then that is going to resolve, and you will get. So what you should do, you should go and listen to them, solve their problem, and the moment you are more approachable, the moment you behave like a guru, problems will be resolved. So it is good for people who want to do a startup with funding. It's good for people who want to save their business by funding, bring an investment. But if you want to enjoy on loan and debts, Jupiter will teach you a very bad lesson. You won't like it, because Jupiter is, however, in an inimical sign of Taurus, enemy sign Venus. And this is true for people who have negative Jupiter and especially bad Venus in your birth chart. You should not focus on temporary achievements and temporary goals in your career, rather go for long-term achievement. So Jupiter in 11th house will fulfill your wishes, but those wishes which are good for you. Rest everything might be blocked. So if something is not happening in your career front, in your business front, when Jupiter is in Taurus, understand that maybe it was never supposed to happen. Re-evaluate your stand there. So go to a spa, go for holistic healing, do lot of massage, and go for meditation, puja, light a ghee diya, and pray to Bhagwan Ganesh and Ma Mahalakshmi, so that all your vigna, all your obstacles are removed and Ma Mahalakshmi blesses you, because Jupiter in 11th house will give you prosperity. Your biggest friend will be books during this time. And I'm not talking about electronic medium, I'm talking about physical, real books. Have a small library and spend at least 15 minutes to half an hour every day in that corner of the house reading books. Any books that you like. It will open up your mind, it will open up a different horizon, and it will give you new things to look. When Jupiter is in Taurus, you have to deal with a lot of financial matters, and you can help a lot with money. Seek money and put it to good use. Your health will improve, you will be able to serve other people also. You are going to gain a religious arrangement, a religious ceremony. You are eligible for marriage, you are not getting into marriage, but suddenly your expectations will change. Jupiter will reset what you're looking for, your criteria will change, and now suddenly here you are meeting your life partner, and maybe you are going into the arrangement of marriage, and this is something auspicious. So overall, for education purpose also, Jupiter is going to be excellent. Jupiter is the planet of Jnana. Jupiter going in Taurus in the 11th house in the Labha Sthan is going to be exceptionally good for elderly people also, because your wisdom will now spread outward. Your wiseness will be shared. So if you want to share your experience and if you want to share your point of view to the next generation, this is the golden opportunity. To focus more on learning, you need to focus more on spreading the information. Like a king, you have to also feed or take care of people who are the learned ones and the elites. And you have to surround yourself with people who are sattvic in nature, people who are the educated ones. That means you are supposed to behave like a king. And the first duty of the king is to protect the dharma. And therefore, Jupiter being the fifth lord, when it moves to your 10th house, because Jupiter was in the 9th house, blessing your trine. If you are looking for work, this is going to enhance that. This is going to work on your overall self-esteem, and you will be known as somebody who can utilize their experience and find a solution. This Jupiter is so strong because it is in the 10th house. It kind of aspects the 2nd, 4th and 6th house, being in the 10th house, which works well with your financial status, which works well with for people who want to build their career, find a job, because this is actually a Jupiter that wants to give you a lot of money. Maybe through your knowledge you will be able to pull things out. In the firefighting situation, you will be able to be victorious, you will be able to find solution. So the solution driven, knowledge driven approach is going to give you a lot of success and appreciation in your career. It's like Jupiter going into the house of kings. So for people who want to change their career, people who want to go into a domain change, people who want to change their industry, people who are working for a very long time, maybe want to enroll for an education, maybe an MBA. Jupiter in 10th house will be a very good time. A lot of industry that involves advertisements, that involves media, Jupiter will favor them, because Jupiter will be expanding the Taurus portion of your zodiac sign, ultimately giving you richness, peace of mind, stability. And even if you are struggling to find a job and you don't have enough knowledge, Jupiter will give you, because it's a 1 year, Jupiter will give you some idea, and at least with your effort, with your learning, with you catching the opportunity, you will ultimately become successful, because that's the sole target of Jupiter. So this is like, imagine there is a teacher who is struggling to teach in the shade of the tree, students are on the ground. Imagine an ancient village scenario, but this is like 12 p.m. afternoon of India, and the heat is too much to even bear. And when Jupiter is going to teach, Jupiter and the students will have to tolerate the heat that comes along the knowledge that is being given to you. Now, with respect to relationship, this is more about focusing on the family unit, resolving the disputes, working for betterment of the marriage and the relatives around you. Jupiter aspecting the 2nd house also shows that you are working towards maybe there is a marriage in the family, or it is your marriage, because Jupiter is auspicious activity. Correct your Vastu, correct your aura, work on your solar plexus chakra, work on your Agya chakra, take fear away, bring balance in life. And remember one thing, that you are the one which is facing Saturn in the 7th house. Therefore, Jupiter going in the 10th house is nothing less than a blessing. Because if Saturn is squeezing the neck of your ascendant, Jupiter is going to release the 2nd house, giving you enough resource to free your hand. It wants you to go and work outside, and this is more about you coming out of your house, you coming out of your cocoon and building something of yourself, which is very good. It can be a personality build, it can be a career build, it can be that you are accepting to some of the facts of relationship which you were earlier rejecting. So this is going to change your mindset. So if you see, this Jupiter is really going to work for your betterment. It is also going to have an aspect on the 4th house, therefore this is going to also correct the health of your mother. And if the health of your mother is in any kind of problem, this Jupiter is going to heal that. Focus on savings more and more. Cut down on your debts and at least have one person around you with whom you can share your thoughts, because sharing with everybody is only going to create a lot of problems. So have someone with whom you can share your thoughts, and you will see that the Jupiter transit will be a really thumbs up. A 9th house Jupiter transit, Jupiter going into the Dharma Bhav only helps you expand your horizon. Jupiter in the 9th house will aspect all the trine. 1, 5, 9 will be under the influence of Jupiter. Jupiter will aspect your ascendant, Jupiter will aspect your 5th house. Therefore, this Jupiter will give you the sense of dharma. This Jupiter will give you the sense of, or the realization of what is truth. Not only truthfulness will come your way, but it is also something that this is going to give you a lot of potential. This expands your identity. This works on your inner self. And this also gives you a lot of knowledge. A lot of unlearning and relearning will happen when Jupiter comes in the 9th house. Now, Jupiter will traverse 3 nakshatras, Kritika nakshatra, which Jupiter encounters as soon as it enters the Taurus zodiac sign, the Kritika nakshatra's 2nd pada. But if you bring gurus in your life, if you surround yourself with a subject matter experts, I think you will be in a very safe space. You will also avoid mistakes because of this. So Jupiter being in the 9th house brings that tattva, that element in your life that allows a lot of correction of mistakes. Because Jupiter is aspecting your 3rd house, Jupiter will ask you to take initiatives related to your career. Whatever career you go into, whatever you do, you will learn a lot. A lot of things will happen around you that will make you very spiritual. Initially, it might be difficult, but if you are not following a spiritual path, beware. 5th house is called Purva Punya, 9th house is Dharma, Guru, 5th house, Lagna. All it wants is that you should focus more on being sthir. That means being constant. People who are astrologers, people who are working in Jupiterian profession, who are working in dharmic professions, religious professions, will see tremendous amount of growth. Especially Jupiter will influence Virgo moon sign a lot during this time, because Jupiter will be in the sign of exaltation of moon. So if you're a Virgo moon sign, it's a blessing. So people involved in transport industry who have assets who move will actually see a lot of positive growth in their life. Your business will improve. Your 7th lord is in the 9th house. Luck will favor you, but gambling will not. If you want to sell something, if you want to sell and start something, like selling a land and then starting a business, or you have some problem in your property that you want to let it go, you will see that your property will, instead of becoming a burden, a liability, will start becoming an asset. From the health perspective, because Jupiter is aspecting your 1st house, Jupiter wants you to take the responsibility of your health. It wants you to focus more on being healthy, with a healthy mind, with a healthy attitude, with a healthy thought process. When 9th house is the house of divinity, spirituality, temples, guru, father, guide, mentor, and all of this will work for you provided you live a Jupiterian life. So if you are drinking alcohol, if you are smoking, if you are an addict, or if you eat too much of non-vegetarian food, then definitely this Jupiter will not help you and will start showing slightly negative result. Remember, it is in an enemy sign of Taurus, and Jupiter will cause overweight. It will react on your body fat. With respect to marriage, lot of people will get married, or at least will find their prospect during this time. After all, it's your 4th and 7th lord coming in the 9th house, giving you chance to create something divine, something religious, something spiritual, some connection. So you will see that you might meet your soulmate during this time and understand your actions, and especially in relationship and marriage, this is the time to be this is the time to take things to a divine order, not fighting with each other. And your actions will automatically be corrected. Ensure that you are correcting it in the first couple of months of Jupiter transit, not in the last. because then the Jupiterian energy will be wasted. But have patience, especially people who want to work in government job, who want to work for IAS examination in India, UPSC or similar examination throughout the world. If you're trying for engineering tests, if you're trying for teacher posts, bank related stuff, or if you are into someone who is who wants a jewelry designing work, who wants to work in gold, diamond industry, give your 200%. Jupiter will help you a lot. For any professional education, perfect time. Jupiter in the 9th house. But ensure one thing, that when you're applying for education, Venus should not be in a bad position. Venus should be in a decent position. This time when Venus is in Virgo, it is aspected by Jupiter, so I am not taking Venus in Virgo as a bad Venus, but Venus in say 6th house, Venus in 8th house, Venus in 12th house, a combust Venus, that time should be avoided, especially for studies or even investing and buying stuff, especially gold, or investing in real estate, investing in your assets. Avoid that time. But overall, this Jupiter transit will be excellent for Virgo ascendant and moon sign. Libra. Now for Libra ascendant, if you observe, Jupiter rules your 3rd house and 6th house. Now when Jupiter rules 3rd and 6th, this means Jupiter rules 2 Upachya house. 2 very important house related to your free will, very important house related to your ambitions, related to your capacity to work in modern environment, in the job sector, in the service industry. And therefore, if something is overwhelming right now, if something is becoming too burdening, understand that it may be the time to let it go. Another thing, you have to understand that when Jupiter is in the 6th house, Jupiter is the lord of the 6th house and it goes in the 8th house, it's a Vipareet Rajyog. Vipareet Rajyog is a kind of a Rajyog which will work by creating, or if you are in an adverse situation. Even in your business, you may have more partners coming in, your role shifting. So control is going away. But a holistic healing and a holistic environment is building at this point of time, which means that it is all positive. This change must happen because change is the only constant in the world. When Jupiter aspects your 2nd house, it wants to give you financial stability, but it wants to first bring in change. So as soon as Jupiter enters 8th house, it's like it's like annual cleansing of the house. A lot of things will reshuffle, a lot of old memories will resurface, a lot of unused things will come up, and you will realize, okay, this was an unused potential, this was an unused opportunity. And this is the time when the guidance of the other people matters a lot. You should also connect with your own life partner, because Jupiter is in the Vani Sthana, 2nd house of your life partner. It will work wonderfully. Jupiter may speak through them. Listen to the feedback, listen to what public has to say, listen to what others have to say about you, and maybe you can become better. So you should have a robust feedback mechanism built if you are a businessman, and even if you are into a career, even if you're starting your business. Take a feedback, write it down, learn from your own actions. It's your 3rd lord, and change what needs to be changed. Quit where you are supposed to quit, restart or continue what you are supposed to continue. If you want to buy assets, or if you want to buy commercial assets in commercial overseas assets, it can also be a good time, provided your horoscope's Mahadasha or Antardasha approves. So first of all, career wise, this is going to be a changing, ever changing environment, something that is not constantly calm, but it is a kind of an environment where you have to be happy within the chaos. You will have a knowledge of a very different side, which will help in your career, which will help in your profession, but also for educational purpose. If you want to become an astrologer, if you want to learn some tantra, if you want to learn and read scriptures, best time for that. Because 8th house Jupiter gives you an opportunity to go into the Ashtama Bhava and give your whole heart there. With the perspective of health, you have to be careful. Jupiter is not going to take the happy route here. 6th lord in 8th house. That means Jupiter wants you to learn the hard way. So if you are not taking health under control through yoga, lifestyle changes, contacting a proper doctor, contacting a healer. Jupiter might create circumstance that will force you to do so. Go with the flow, and towards the end of the year, execute the marriage if you are into that situation and if you have a marriage yoga at that time. Obviously, it's a matter of astrological analysis, but because it is Ashtama Jupiter, it is not considered very favorable for marriage. But if you're already married, then you need to give a lot of importance to the words said by your spouse, because the word said by the spouse will be like a word given by the Guru. But when Jiva Karaka goes in the Mrityu Sthana or Ayushya Sthana, it is going to bring a fresh lease of life in the most difficult, worst to worst scenarios of life. So this Jupiter transit in 8th house is more about recovery, more about security. It will bring financial security, but you will have to take some hard and bold steps to achieve the level of security Jupiter wants to provide you. Scorpio Ascendant. Now in case of Scorpio Ascendant, Jupiter rules your 2nd house and 5th house. When Jupiter is ruling two major houses in your horoscope, definitely this planet will become very important. Brihaspati is the planet of wisdom. It's the planet that gives you wealth and prosperity. And if this planet comes in Kendra, definitely that area of your life is going to expand positively, and the energies associated with that area will become highly optimistic, highly positive. And if you consider this year as an year of learning, then definitely this Jupiter will give you a lot of changes in your life. Now, if you observe the placement of 7th house with respect to 2nd house, it is 6th from the 2nd house. That means there will be certain changes in your life because of the feedback given from the family, or because of some hurdles that you receive from the family, or there can be resource crunch, especially if you are doing a business. Now, observe the power of Jupiter with respect to career. Jupiter is aspecting your 11th house, and when it aspects your 11th house, it means it is going to expand your source of income. It will allow you to meet subject matter experts. It will allow you to meet people of, you can say, somebody who can help you. Your network circle will expand. Say you want to float your CV. And if you want to float your CV, you need people around you. You need people whom you can trust. This trustworthy angle of life will be developed when Jupiter will come in the 7th house. It's a very good transit for new startups. It's a very good transit for budding business. Even for large corporate houses, Jupiter transit in 7th house represents merger, acquisitions. This represents grand opening of new branches. This represents great expansion. This represents new contracts and new beginnings, especially because 2nd house energy is heavily dominating for Scorpio. Why? Because Jupiter, being the 2nd lord, sits in Taurus zodiac sign, which is the 2nd house of the Kalpurush, which means value system is very important for you. If your organization, if your team follows a particular value, you will grow. Career wise, it's going to be a very good time. Business wise, it's going to be a very good time. Anyone who is involved in Jupiterian way of business, if you are involved in gemstones, if you are an astrologer, if you are into Vastu, if you are into healing, if you are into pharmaceutical industry, if you are into education, technology, if you are into policy making, if you are into politics, Jupiter will expand your horizon big time. Financially, this is going to be a very good transit, but then initially there will be resource challenges for you, and you have to overcome that burden, overcome that hurdle. Then you will be able to secure your space and you will feel more happy. It is also a transit of wish fulfillment, because the trine of Jupiter is 3, 7 and 11. Jupiter also aspects 3rd and 11th house. It improves your communication skills and it makes you kind of center of attraction, but ensure that you are becoming center of attraction for all positive reasons instead of negative ones. Also, somebody who wants to learn business administration, this is also a very good time. This is also a good time for people who want to do PhD. But in all of this, you will have to take great care of your health, especially if you are eating too fatty food or highly oily food. Try to be as strict towards health as possible. So don't expect everything to be very good. Things will be good, but there will be certain challenges. And with every those such challenge, you will be able to see the true face of people around you. That means some of your friends, some of your close people can become your enemy, or you can assume them as an enemy. Don't aggravate. Don't engage into an unnecessary war. Try to soften the stand and see if things can be handled through a positive attitude. In case you are stuck anywhere, consult. 7th house is guidance coming outside your system. So you may need to introduce some learned people to go into a kind of a guidance and seek that guidance from an astrologer, a healer, a counselor, a subject matter expert, and even your parents. Sagittarius Ascendant. Now, if you see for Sagittarius Lagna, Jupiter is your Ascendant Lord. When Jupiter is your Ascendant Lord, its transit matters the most for you. Jupiter transit talks a lot about how your life will pan out, because it is you who is directly getting affected by any Jupiter transit, be it Nakshatra transit or be it a zodiac transit. Jupiter was in your Aries zodiac sign aspecting your ascendant. Initially it was under Guru Chandal, and then it went free from the affliction of Rahu. This allows your ascendant to interact with forces of 6th house, giving an edge over others in competition. A very good time for students. This is the time when the business people can work on hiring people, creating a team, as I said, ecosystem. This takes away the concept of one-man army, but it shows that a one man is leading an army. So for Jupiter Ascendant natives, Sagittarius Ascendant natives, Jupiter's presence in the 6th house gives you tremendous amount of career opportunities. So people involved into service industry will see tremendous boost. Now when Jupiter, which is teacher, guru in the 6th house, anyone who is into teaching industry, anyone who wants to become a professor, anyone who is into edtech, anyone who is into field of spirituality, holistic healing, who is into field of medicine, astrology, vastu, consulting fields will see great boost, because Jupiter is the guru, and anyone who is sharing the data, sharing the information, this Jupiter will support you because you are a Jupiterian ascendant. It will make you responsible, and it will make you focus more on earning more. It will give you this calmness and stability in your career. But yes, it will expand 6th house properties. So you will have to be a bit more competitive. You will have to be ready to face stiff resistance and competition. You must be ready to change, and your attitude should be that I'm ready to learn irrespective of the situation, irrespective of the circumstance. Now going to the health area, Jupiter presence in 6th house really wants you to bring your attention towards everything that can hurt your health. It wants you to focus more on becoming more holistic. So yoga, pranayam is extremely important. Jupiter in 6th aspects the 12th house, which shows that there can be medical expenses, or you can donate towards medical cause. If you are taking extra amount of stress, then there will be problem, because Saturn will be retrograde in the 3rd house, and then Saturn will move in the 4th house. And the moment Saturn moves in 4th house in March 2025, it will start aspecting Jupiter with the 3rd aspect. That means you will be more prone to lungs related disease, slip disc, back pain, shoulder and neck problems. This can be liver related problems. Your weight might fluctuate a lot. So focus on your diet, focus on a very strict pattern. And if you do not follow your health correctly, if you do not work on your health, then definitely Jupiter will ring a bell in the 6th house. Extra amount of loan, you might have to work for extra EMI. You need to be very, very cautious, very, very careful here. Otherwise, This will unnecessarily give you burden of loan and debt, and this entire year will go clearing that debt. So it's just about financial management. Now Jupiter is also the Karaka of marriage. It is also the Karaka of dharmic activity, spiritual activity. And when it goes in 6th house, it shows that you have to serve the spiritual side of your life. You will get spiritual experience. So it's a very good transit for spiritual growth, for someone who is practicing Reiki, pranic healing, or any similar healing practice, someone who is into PLR, someone who is more focused towards astrology, someone who is trying to serve using the Jupiterian way of life. It is good to bring you out from depression, but this should not be the fundamental driving factor in your life that you are better than the rest. 6th house means I'm serving the master, I'm serving the guru. It's a great opportunity to find a guru and learn a spiritual art. So in this way, you can manage your relationship and balance your marriage also, because the first few months of Jupiter transit, say first 3 months, are going to be a little difficult for Sagittarius ascendant and moon sign. So, and somebody who is trying to go into marriage when Jupiter is in 6th house definitely shows that you are in a karmic marriage. Your horoscope needs to be analyzed. What karma is pending, start paying that karma on a positive direction. After all, 6th house is your prarabdha karma, and a prarabdha karma must be cleared when Jupiter is in this house, and it will be cleared through Jupiterian way of life. That means feeding the poor, teaching the kids, going into reading the Shastras and serving the masters, the gurus, the siddhas. Jupiter will motivate you to grow, but then you need to know your limits, because Saturn will be in the 3rd house. You need to also know your boundary, and you need to increase your capacity. So if you're thinking of a very smooth life, you will get a very smooth life, but then half an hour to 1 hour of every day must be given for spiritual practices. Capricorn. Now in case of Capricorn, Jupiter rules your 12th house, Jupiter rules your 3rd house. Now with 12th house, Jupiter wants you to focus more on what you can give. What responsibility do you have for the society? With 3rd house, Jupiter is controlling your initiatives. You will have to be disciplined, you will have to focus more on knowledge, and you will have to focus more on, you can say, earning money, savings. You need to really focus on motivating yourself towards a bright future. Because there is a concept called Karko Bhavanasham, which will be applied to a certain extent when Jupiter will go in the 5th house, the Karaka of Jupiter. Try to see if you can get some certifications, learn from the circumstance, learn from people's advice, learn and take feedback, improvise, adapt. That is the nature of Jupiter, because Jupiter's aspect will also be in the 9th house. Jupiter will also teach you the right way of doing things, the dharmic way of doing things. So you may plan your life in a certain way. When Jupiter comes in the 5th house, it will take it in a very different tangent. Your core strength and weakness, you will know that, and when you know that, you will be able to work on it. That will help you improve in your career. So there is a lot of direct and indirect impact in career when Jupiter goes in the 5th house. What should you do? Number one, never tell yourself that you know enough. Keep learning, keep exploring, keep finding new things, keep rediscovering things. Go back to the basics, brush up the basics. Even if you are the most experienced person, still go back and learn something. It is going to improve your finances. It is going to make you stabilize your income. So if you are not having income, or if you are struggling from contractual job to a permanent job, this can be a very good time for you. For businessmen, this is a very good time, because being in the 5th, it aspects the 9th and 1st. So for the new startups, for new business partnership, this is a very good time. Say the teacher or the guru is of the stress of performance, the stress to meet the demand, the stress to meet the deadline is too high, and you're not focusing on your eating habits. So this is where the recommendation will be to eat slightly less, and if possible, don't eat after sunset. Whoever can do this. For others who are unwell, try to keep your diet simple, sattvic and in moderation. Excess eating will cause bloating, liver problems, stomach related problems, digestive issues. So don't do that. Respecting teachers is very important. If you disrespect teacher, if you disrespect even Shukra, remember Shukra is also a guru. Even if you disrespect Shukra, you are going to face bad effects of Jupiter. This is also the good time to learn some Sandhya Vandana or Pratah Vandana from a guru. Reading Bhagavad Gita, reading scriptures is very important. And at least if you don't have nothing to learn, have a library in your home, sit in the library and start reading any book of your choice. This is going to tell you the reality. That means you may go for an horoscope matching, you may see the true face of your life partner. Then you decide whether you are still accepting it or you have other ways to handle the situation. That means this can create separation. This can create breakups and heartbreaks, especially between the month of August and September when Venus will be weak. So be careful. If you really want to hold on to a relationship, this is the test. You have to prove yourself. Also, you have to understand the needs of your life partner. Now, Jupiter is aspecting the 9th house, which means the dharmic or the spiritual work will increase. So, this also shows that if you go and visit a temple, chant stotras, it will be a very good thing. After all, 5th house is the mantra bhav. Jupiter will expand the Purva Punya sector. That means you will be blessed and also protected. Aquarius. Now for Aquarius, if you observe, Jupiter is a very, very vital planet. It rules your 11th house and it rules your 2nd house. So it controls your gains, it controls your salary, it controls your income, it controls your network circle. And it controls your 2nd house, which is your family, which is your bank balance. So you see, both the wealth houses are controlled by the planet Jupiter. So for you, Saturn and Jupiter is like a big Rajyoggkari planets. Now Saturn is in your 1st house, it is Swagrahi, it is in Shashiyog formation. It will make things do as per your choice and it will make things move as per your wishes. Obviously, Jupiter is your guru and it will decide things that are right for you. But you have to remember one thing, that Jupiter is going to work for your welfare. But how? It will make you quit unnecessary things in life. It will give you lessons how valuable life is and what is sattvic and what is tamasic. Now this is very important. This means that the resources that you have, the network circle that you have, the happy environment that you will get, the place that you will create for yourself is going to create a kind of an atmosphere that will take away your sadness, loneliness, that will bring stability in your life and it will give you success in your career. If you want to buy a flat, if you want to buy a property, if you want to build assets, if you want to buy gold, or if you want to say invest into some commercial property, you want to grow your business, you want to do something that improves your financial state, you want to bring in security to the family, Jupiter will allow that. Jupiter will help you on that. And because Jupiter has a direct aspect on the 10th house, you can say that this Jupiterian aspect is going to be extremely crucial for Aquarius Ascendant and even more important for Aquarius Moon sign. It is going to teach you the importance of being in the present and excel in your career. Your reputation will increase. Your connection with your mother will improve. You will see that your connection with your father will become more important than ever. And also authorities, network circle, people who are learned, people who are big, people who are powerful, people who are subject matters expert will appreciate your presence, your confidence and your involvement, especially if you are in banking sector or if you are in real estate sector or if you are connected to judiciary, creating reforms, strategy, like a guru, like a mentor to the society, you will be appreciated and your opinion will be kind of a path breaker for many people. People involving into healing centers, if you teach meditation, if you're an astrologer, if you're a Reiki healer, if you're a counselor, if you're into psychology, or if you're into any such holistic healing practice, Jupiter in Taurus will not only give you money, but also will give you an opportunity to create a space for yourself and grow. Lot of discipline and lot of hard work will be needed for that. But yes, you will get guidance, you will get support, your family will support you, and you will get that ecosystem that takes you forward in that direction. So spiritually, this can be a very evolving transit. Spiritually, this can be very supportive transit. You may go to an ashram, you may visit a temple, you may get blessings of Guru. Everything is possible while Jupiter is in the 4th house. You will have to show humbleness. You will have to show that you are following the path of Hatha Yoga. Hatha Yoga or any other Ashtang form of Ashtang Yoga will be really helpful for a lot of people. Also, go to temple every day. See, Jupiter in 4th house means Guru in the institution. You will get the information, you will get the knowledge when you get out of your house and you go to the nearby temple, wherever it is possible, and just be there for 10 minutes. Pray, but be there. Absorb the energy in the surroundings. Use the power of bells, Tibetan bowls. Sound healing will be a very good therapy for a lot of people. And also, if you keep on doing Naam Jap, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. If you do constant Naam Jap, this is also going to improve on your health, especially your mental health. Pranayam is going to be one way of healing which will work wonderfully when Jupiter will move to Taurus. Quitting smoking is extremely cautious. So look for things that give you everlasting happiness. Meditation, Om, Om, Om. Om Jap is going to be very helpful for you. Do not forget that whatever happens, Saturn is in your 1st house. And therefore you need to understand the boundaries of Shani Dev. It no longer aspects Jupiter. But Jupiter's 10th house has Saturn. So a Guru will take strict measures. So this is kind of test for you. Jupiter transit in the 3rd house for 1 year will act as a blessing, but will also expand your initiatives, would want you to develop and grow into a better person, a better human being. And Jupiter wants you to follow the path of dharma and karma, because it is the karma lord, 10th lord Jupiter, sitting in the 3rd house, aspecting his favorite house, 9th house. So it is going to be greatly impacting all those who are into teaching, who are into preaching, who are into astrology, who are into writing, who uses their communication skill for betterment of society, for their own career goals. And for Pisces, you coming in the Earth zodiac sign like Taurus shows that you are becoming more and more stable. Especially if you're a Pisces moon, this represents that you are trying your best to create security of mind. Jupiter being in the 3rd house will also aspect the trine of desire, 7th house and 11th house, which ensures that if you take the right steps toward fulfillment of your goal and desire, you will reach your destination. And that is where Jupiter will do the karma. It will ensure that you, while not only becoming more secured, more peaceful, more stable, you also achieve your goals and become happy. This is more like a wish fulfilling transit for you. So a lot of people who are Pisces ascendant and Pisces moon sign will go under tremendous amount of changes. Your expectations will change, your patterns will change, your approach will change, your communication pattern will change. So from the perspective of career, it's a very good transit. It's a transit where you might also test your luck, but that won't be a great idea. If you want to follow something of your passion, if you want to get out of your current job and pursue something that you always wanted, plan it out and plan for at least 8 to 9 months before you take that step. So students who are preparing for entrance examinations, students who are preparing for interviews, candidates of senior roles who are preparing to move into different executive leadership roles will see tremendous amount of learning happening during this time. You will have to have that learning curve. because only and only then you will be able to speak out. You will be able to project your knowledge, because projection of knowledge is extremely important when Jupiter goes in the third house. Also, Jupiter in the third house kind of makes you a little bit of perfectionist and a little bit paranoid about knowledge. So what you will have to do is you will have to ensure that you should not put yourself in the driving seat always. Sometimes you will have to see that you are trying to learn rather than trying to project the learning. Projection of learning is good, but you should also be ready to learn. You should have that student angle in your life. Also, because Jupiter is in your third house, offering flowers to God, lighting a ghee diya, using chandan tilak, and also donating food with your own hands, doing yajna, doing some japa with a mala under the guidance of a guru is extremely important to improve the power of Jupiter. Also, keep your hands clean. Use your hands to clean your house. If possible, give service in the temple, in a place of spiritual interest, and that will keep you humble and will allow the Jupiter to remain clean, and it will give you a lot of security. Now, the only time you will have to be slightly careful with respect to transit is 25th of August till 18th of September. This is the duration where Venus is debilitated, that too in the 7th house, Virgo, with Ketu, although Jupiter is aspecting it. This means this is the time when something, maybe relationship, maybe business, some aspect of your business or career or marriage will end and a new chapter will begin. This means spiritual growth will save you. So start chanting Lalita Sahasranam every day. You can also pray to Bhagwan Mahavishnu by chanting Vishnu Sahasranam. This is a general remedy for Jupiter in the third house. Your Uchcharan, your pronunciation should be pure and you should practice it daily. Therefore, your throat chakra, your Vishuddhi chakra becomes more prominent. And for a lot of people, this will be gain in intuition. So your sixth sense will grow, which will favor you if you are an astrologer, tarot reader, or any such psychic healing practices. So overall, Jupiter transit in Taurus is going to bless you, will fulfill your desire, and is extremely auspicious for Pisces Ascendant and Moon sign natives. So start chanting Lalita Sahasranam every day. You can also pray to Bhagwan Mahavishnu by chanting Vishnu Sahasranam. This is a general remedy for Jupiter in the third house. Your Uchcharan, your pronunciation should be pure and you should practice it daily. Therefore, your throat chakra, your Vishuddhi chakra becomes more prominent.